How's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Whiteboard Jiu-Jitsu. Today we're going over how to compete and travel on a budget. Because if you ask me, competing is the best way to really up your game. One competition is like going to 3 seminars, okay? If you really want to get good at Jiu-Jitsu, don't neglect the competitions. It really brings out your weaknesses, and it also shows you what your strengths are, okay? And it really just supercharges your game. So make sure you get out there and you compete. But that being said, let's talk about how to do it on a budget. Okay, so the first thing you really want to do is get an airline credit card. Okay, all these different airlines have these credit cards. They provide miles and rewards and stuff like that. My favorite is Southwest, so that's what I go through. Usually what they do is they have like a 50,000 bonus mile incentive if you spend like $1,000 within the first 2 months. Sounds hard, but it's actually very easy to do if you just use that to spend with your groceries and gas, and then boom, 2 months you have your $1,000, and now you have your 50,000 bonus points. Now, if you do that right, that could get you 3 round trips to California and back. Okay, so that's actually a pretty big deal right there. That gives you a lot of traveling. Okay, and then another thing what I do to make it cheaper with my flights is, say if I compete on a Saturday, I'm going to try to fly in there on a Friday night, okay? Get the hotel room for Friday night. I'll compete Saturday. And then what I'm trying to do is get a late night flight that Saturday. This way I don't have to get a second hotel room. You know, that second hotel room is $150 extra. So right there, just getting a flight the same day as your competition, just make sure it's late so you could still like do your weight division in absolute if you want. And then right there, that saves a lot of money. Okay. Another thing is I'm always looking for like rewards, so I use Expedia. Expedia really does a good job of showing you all the deals that's in the area. Plus, when you go through Expedia, you get rewards, so you build up points for your next, hotel stay. So that's nice. Plus, they have like this like search the area thing. And that's going to really help out later on when we go talk about like Google Maps. Let's actually skip this part here and let's just talk about Google Maps and how I really do it and what saves money. Okay, so when you go on Ibjjf and let's say you want to do the Charleston Open, you're going to look and you're going to see where the Charleston Open is on the map. Okay, then you're going to see like, so let's say the tournament's here on the map, and then you notice the airport's here. Okay, all right, cool, nice distance. So now what you're really wanting to do is look for a hotel that's close to the airport that provides a free shuttle to the airport and back. Right there, that just saves you the Uber or whatever it takes to get from the airport to the hotel. So there you go. You got a free trip to the airport to the hotel. Now what you got to do is just kind of look for a hotel that's close to the tournament. Can you walk there, or is it a cheaper Uber? Another thing I'm really looking for is a hotel close to like a Walgreens or like a gas station, something where I could get some snacks like a banana or water or something like the night before. And then all you gotta do is just either walk or like get a nice little cheap Uber to the tournament. Okay, so right there, that free shuttle, that saves you a lot of money. Trying to find a hotel next to like a restaurant or Walgreens or something like that, that helps out a lot. So that right there, that's going to save you a lot of time and money. Just taking your time, Google Earthing it, seeing where everything's at, and just trying to plan out your trip that way. Another thing is try to work at these tournaments. Email them. If you're not a brown belt, try to work the table. If you're a brown belt or above, you should be trying to referee. Refereeing, like, it ups your game. You're forced to stare at jiu-jitsu all day. You see what all the other teams are working. You see what moves are working. You would see what moves aren't working. This is a great way to really just break down the game. Plus, when you referee, you get to compete for free. They feed you free all day long. Literally all day long. The Ibjjf is just giving you food. And then plus, you get paid. You actually get paid to referee. So, free tournament, free food, plus you get paid. So, if you're doing if you got a free flight, you got the Expedia hotel where you're only doing one hotel. You got the free shuttle, and then you're walking there. You're refereeing, free tournament, free food. Plus you're getting paid. Now we're really talking about a really cheap tournament here. Okay, now let's talk about how to really make this tournament a lot cheaper, and that's the buddy system. Talking to your teammates at your gym and figuring out which ones want to compete with you. Say if you got 3 other teammates that want to come and travel with you. So now it's like when you get a hotel room, it's 3 people are dividing that hotel room. You know, same thing. Like say if you guys do need to get an Uber, well now 3 of you guys get divided the Uber. It's just so much cheaper that way. So if you do the credit card, you know, you do the Expedia, you find the cheapest hotel through there, get a hotel with the free shuttle. If you're able to work the tournament, you got the buddy system. Now we're competing in the Ibjjf circuit real cheap. There's no reason why you can't be doing 5 to 10 of these things a year. And this is just like a tournament that you actually have to fly to. This isn't like the tournament that's like a state away to where you and your friends could just hop in the car, you know, split up the gas money and hotel and just shoot off and do it. Okay? So a lot of people say, oh yeah, you know, Ibjjfs are expensive. They're really not if you know how to do them and work them. Okay? What's expensive are these like pyramid scheme super fights. Now let's get into that to where they say, you know, oh, Ibjjf's a ripoff. They want your money, blah blah blah. The pyramid scheme super fights. First of all, if you have to sell tickets, you're not doing a super fight. You're in a pyramid scheme. Yeah, you're not paying $130 to compete, but that organization wants you to sell like 30 tickets. They're $30 a piece, and they want you to sell that to all your friends and family. So you do the math. How expensive did it really cost you to compete at that super fight? Well, it costed you nothing, but it costed all your friends and family, you know, a lot of money. So don't get caught in the smoke and mirrors of all like, you know, Ibjjf's expensive and stuff like that. It really isn't if you know how to do it. Plus, you get really good at jiu-jitsu doing these IBJJF tournaments. Nagas and stuff like that, they're great. I love Nagas. But the caliber of competition is just not there. Okay, people compete and travel for these tournaments. So you just see a different caliber of a grappler. So when you see these different calibers, you actually get like this rub, like their technique rubs off on you and you get better. That's what happens when you go to these tournaments. But if you don't go to these tournaments, you don't see it, you don't get better, you just kind of hate on that person and say, oh yeah, well, if I had the time and money, I could have done that. You do have the time and money, go do it, get your medals yourself, and have fun. See you on the mats.